I remember every job when I was young, you used to want to apply for. Like when I dropped out of school and I was applying for jobs, everything, bachelor's degree required, I went back to college, got my degree.
Nah.
Bachelor's degree or experience. Like, where did this shit start?
Bruh, they do not care.
They don't, man. They don't. Anytime, man, they always move the goalposts. So it's like, that's why I don't get involved in this whole conversation of will they ever be fair? Like, man, they've never been fair.
Fair?
Yeah, they've never been fair.
What's fair?
College degree. Oh, now we take experience.
Are we gonna get to grant money? Because I made up my mind, bruh. I've literally made up my mind. I see what y'all playing. I know the game. You know what? I'm saving it. I hate when I do that. Start jumping. Hold on. Let's get to my favorite part. My favorite podcaster.
I'm of 7 and I'm 33.
Okay.
With being a mom of 7, do you think that a woman of multiple children is still capable of finding someone?
First, let me ask you before I make the statement. Do the kids have the same father?
Yes, they do.
That's
okay,
good.
well, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. Okay. So this is hold on. We're talking about 7 children, okay? This is no offense to you because it's absolutely possible for you to find a quality man. What makes it a tad bit difficult is that you have to find a man who has the financial footing to take care of you and 7 children. And then you also have to be able to find a man who is going to be willing to come in and create structure in that household. 7 children on one person is a lot to create structure in. So there's a lot that this man is going to have to come in and do. On top of that, creating a secure space for you when you have to be a mother and you have to take care of the majority of the things that happen in a house. Are you going to have the ability to be able to love this man in a way that he needs to be loved, in a way that registers as love to him when you have to love 7 other individuals? You're going to need a man who can love those children as his own. Yep. That is a huge responsibility to put on a person who does not have those children. Those are not his kids. Right. But if I were you, no disrespect, I'll try to work it out with the father.
She should have just skipped all the way to the end.
Yo, lead with that next time.
Yeah. She should just skip all the way because, if you got 7 kids and you're out here dating, the only thing that you're about to be is a pincushion. Like, for real. And I'm not even saying that to be mean. Like, I'm saying that to be real. Like, stop playing with people and be like, oh, you're going to have to find a man that, is going to create space for you and take care of 7 kids. Like, for one, and I hate when people do this. For one, those 7 kids got a dad.
Facts.
So if dude comes in and he wants to be with their mama, he need to talk to that dude because he need to be like, hey, these your kids. These are your kids. When are you coming to get them? How we doing this? What we paying for? Like, but it's this ideal. It's like, yo, if you're done here, then I'm gonna automatically move all these responsibilities over to the new guy. And then people wonder why when dudes be like, nah, chill. I'm not here for the kids, right? Unless your kid is the number 1 defensive tackle in the state. Ain't nobody there for the kid, bro. Go D-tackle, go to the pros no matter what.
No matter what.
No matter what. They can fall off in college. 6'6", 350.
They will find you.
6'6", 350.
They will find you at Target.
Yeah. But short them that though. Like, no, man. Like, stop selling this Pander-P0rn, man.
Yo.
Rage porn.
Outside of your man is no longer with us, your ex-man, or he is abusive to you or junkie. Yo, go back to that man. Yeah, it makes no sense outside of those things, and I'm sure it's some other things. But
but I mean, even still though, like, yo, you made 7 kids. Like, dude, that's a lot of work.
That's a lot of work.
She's 33.
I know you need help.
Yeah, I know you need help.
It won't be here.
No, you need to go back to your husband.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, tell him to, like, if he's not what you want him to be, tell him to get into therapy and become the man you want to be. I'm laughing because I had this conversation a while ago about husbands that go to therapy. They end up leaving their wives.
Oh, yeah. Well,
like it's like the only time dudes really, because men don't really divorce women. Yeah. Most time the women divorce the men, but like typically when the men do divorce, it's because they went to therapy and they realized that like
this ain't it. This ain't.
That's why I started chuckling. I was like, "Yo, go to therapy, dude. Yeah, it's going. Therapy's gonna break up your marriage. Sorry.
Absolutely.
No good advice there. I'm sorry.
None at all. But
go back to your husband.
Go back to your man, or commit like immigration fraud or something. Well, you go to jail for that now. I think they start blocking
you can't. Dude, you have 7 kids. You just got to go home. There's no remedy behind it, man. It's like a car with, all the tires are flat, right? Like, there's no remedy. You gotta change the tires. There's nothing else you could do. If you have 7 kids, say baby daddy, go home.
Yep. Because you're going to send.
You love them at some point.
Facts. Or we're going to send you up to New York instead of the National Guard to go up there and get the migrant shit. There you gotta go. It's help out there. But you thinking you about to get a quality. That's the other thing. Why is it when a quality man has to take on 7 kids, it's not him settling? It's, you know, because imagine if I'm a dude and I'm saying, yo, I got 7 kids and this woman wants me. I want a quality woman. Every woman in the room would look at her and say, they would tell her, you are settling. You don't deserve this.
Yeah. Unless you have to be like massively wealthy, like 9 figures.
Oh, yeah.
Like, because, yeah. I mean, maybe even beyond Future, because like, I see what you did there. But like, cause like, look at like Travis Henry. What was the cornerback's name?
Man,
that had all the babies
in Miami. He had 10 kids.
Yeah. But anyway,
him.
Antonio Cromartie.
There we go.
So like,
he got a TV show.
But like, even with those dudes, women are settling because. Shit, Cromartie ran out of money, basically, didn't he?
If y'all got 10 kids,
yeah, you know what I'm saying. So it's like, yo, you have to be like Elon Musk. Like Elon Musk got like a gang of kids and a gang of baby mamas. But you see how he act, and that's what dudes that have a gang of baby mamas and a gang of kids typically act like.
Yeah, but y'all want them rich, and you see how they treat you. I want to welcome everybody to the Black Dads Club. This is episode 131. I want to welcome you in. I do want to welcome everybody to episode 131. Dad tip of the week. I'm going to say this and I'm going to make it very, very clear. Fellas, we got to show up to the schools. We got to show up to PTA meetings. We got to show up to orientations. We got to show up to graduations. We just got to show up. One of my favorite things is I like to always tell my nephew, and he ain't going to never do it. I'm like, why don't you invite me over for like lunch at the school? Now, my nephew's 11, so he in that y'all I'm embarrassed stage. Like, I don't want my mom up here, my uncle up here, my grandparent. Like, no. Y'all let me live this lie that I'm living up here at the school. You know what I'm saying? But it's one of them things where it's like, you know, I just put it personal. I was talking to my sister and I was like, yo, I want to, every time you have something, I'm coming up there, right? And we did that. And I was telling my homeboy, shout out to Jamar. Y'all heard me throw him under the bus, you know, several times. I told Jamar that. He said, yeah. He said, oh, nah, we treat kids differently when the father shows up.
Yes.
And he said, I heard that before I was a teacher. I thought it was a joke. He said, I got to the school and witnessed other teachers blatantly saying, no, when we see the dad there, we know that this family cares. We know that we got to treat this family with a certain amount of respect. Like, if the dad is there, they are very active in the parenting. Like, you just don't know when it's just the mom. And I'm not saying that's right or wrong, but when he put that in perspective, he was like, nah, bro. Like, you don't want to be the first person through the door trying to fix a broken system.
Yeah, and I mean, it could be wrong, right, that they treat them differently, but that's the reality. So it doesn't matter if it's wrong or not. But, you know, they definitely, definitely show up. You know, if you're a pops, man, definitely show up to the school for a meeting, PTA, anything going on, like let them see your face, especially when you're a black dad, because they know that they can't play with your kid.
Facts. Absolutely.
Yeah, they can't play with your kid.
Absolutely. Yo,
when they see you can take off during the day, they be like, okay, he got time.
He got time.
We mess up, he got time.
Look, we wanted to call you. They used to love calling my dad while he was at work, and I just knew, I'm like, I at least won't get my ass whooping until 6:00 at night. You know what I'm saying?
Calling your parents was the worst.
But you went to school when they could put their hands on kids, right?
Like my first 2 or 3 years. I'm trying to think if I ever got paddled in school. Corporal punishment, what they call it.
Yeah.
I don't think I did. Well, now we got the ruler definitely in first grade.
Damn.
Yeah, the ruler in your hand. Crazy, right?
Yeah.
80s was wild, boy. Wild time.
Look, that ain't crack.
Wild time.
You see this doggone school got kids licking stuff off the teacher's feet?
What?
I gotta send it to you. There's like this school program. They have had kids like licking stuff off of teachers as a part of a fundraiser.
What the?
It's been going on for years, and now they are officially like everybody about to get in trouble. I'm telling you.
Where was this at?
I don't even know.
It's got to be in the Midwest.
Oh yeah, this sounds like
this is definitely like a Kansas, Missouri.
It sounds like Kentucky.
Yeah, this is.
It's like the wild.
That is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the first tweet. Mike is watching the kids like dudes.
Oklahoma. I told you it was in the Midwest. This is insane, bro. I I won't say what I do on camera.
Not in the first 8 minutes, man. We had a little break.
So that is insane. That is insane. I know it was in the Midwest. That was definitely of a Midwest story.
Yeah. That or Florida, but Florida is like, this is a little bit too much.
Yeah.
When it's too much for Florida, then we gotta hop out.
Yeah.
We gotta talk about our favorite uncle.
We love Unc, man. We love Unc.
He hopped out the Escalade. He put his fingers up, called himself, put him down. That was the worst. I said, yo, man.
Hey, man. We came and defended you against the allegations, bro. We defended you, and we still rocking with you, but help us out.
You got to help us out.
Help us out, Uncle.
It didn't even take them. This is what I love about black people. Yeah. And this is what I love about black people on the internet. They didn't even wait 24 hours to reenact it.
Yeah.
Like to go get an Escalade, right? To get out, to put the suit on. And it's like, bro.
I gotta watch the reenactment, bro. Oh my goodness. I gotta watch. Hey man, we love you, bro. We support you. Love the pod that you about to drop, or whatever y'all call them, YouTube you about to drop. But hey look, I'm gonna shoot him some bail, man.
Okay.
That man that had 2 hip surgeries.
Okay.
Knee replacement. I don't know how that makes you jump out of a vehicle, right? You might jump out of a vehicle looking a little sassy. I don't know.
It was the fingers up, and then he put him down.
Him catching himself, bruh. We still rocking with you, bro. But like, yo, help us out. Help us out, man.
You gotta relax.
Yeah, help us out.
Because I don't like them what they be saying about.
Yeah, I don't like what they saying about.
They called you Miss Netta, and that wasn't funny. That shit was hilarious. That was the funniest when they
help
called
us out. We love you, man. Come on, bro. Help us out, man.
Please help us out. We got to start with he's about to drop an episode with Steve Stoute.
Yeah.
And I thought that was super interesting.
Those clips going hard, man.
They really are. And I wanted to play one. Which one is it? Hold on.
When I was saying like him being, bigger than Vlad, like this is kind of what I was talking about. Like this idea of, digging into the stories and, having the behind the scenes of what's going on with a lot of,
It's a gigantic.
Yeah. I think what it gets to is, all right. And I shout out to our Vlad clip because y'all still running with that.
Yeah.
My favorite part is the black people we want to hear from, unless they're on their ascension, they're not going to talk to Vlad.
No.
Like they go on Vlad when they know that his program, his platform gets, them more views than what they can get on their own merit. The people we want to hear from is not going to sit with Vlad.
No.
And we haven't gotten there yet, but when Hov sits down, he's not going on Vlad. Last time we saw Hov sit down, he sat down with Kevin Hart, which made sense, right? Now you got Shannon, who he could possibly sit down with. If Beyonce say, "Hey, I want to do an interview," which she does none of, you know what I'm saying? It's not going to be on Vlad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. You're absolutely
so
right.
I like it, but he got this interview with Steve Stoute, and let's talk about him and Dame and everybody involved. Hold on, here we go.
He blew it. He had Jay-Z. He had the most important artist of his generation.
So what happened with that relationship? How did that relationship that was so good sour so fast?
Dame's antics were it became like people also over time, you mature. Right. It's like you didn't have friends at 16, but by the time you turned 19, they were still doing the same shit that you was 16, and you're like, I can't. Like, we gotta. You start spending less and less time with them because of it. It's like one of those things where Dame wouldn't change. The way he spoke to people, the way he treated people. He was angry.
About what? Bro, you getting paper.
He was angry because he had a strong perspective about his business philosophy. And if any time a partner of theirs tried to go around him or, meanwhile, people weren't going around him. The people around him wanted to meet with other people.
So it's a long clip.
Yeah, it is.
But y'all get the gist of it. What's your thoughts on this? Because I feel two-sided about this.
So I like Dame, right?
Okay.
But and I like the whole story of Rockefeller, right? Steve Stoute, Dame Dash, Jay-Z. And what I mean by that is
Well, Biggs. Steve Stoute came in at the end.
He came out of it. It was Biggs, right?
Yeah.
What I like about it is that we see 3 people that are in the exact same space, exact same time frame, all things equal, right? And we look at the disparity now, 20 years later, right? We ain't talking about a long time.
Yeah,
it's about 20 years, man. Like the difference, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's a good lesson for us to learn as men. You know, what it takes when all things being equal, and for you to reach the level that you want to reach. Like, what does that look like? What does it take? And I think Dame Dash and Jay-Z provides a perfect perspective and insight, because Steve Stoute said something that he was like, Dame wanted to still talk to people the same kind of way. He still wanted to handle people the same kind of way. He wasn't maturing, right? And that's something that I think as men, one of the biggest arguments I always have with guys, you know, when I'm interacting with them, or especially online, is I always tell dudes, I'm like, man, you 34 and you still responding to things the way you did when you was 14, right? When you grow up, you learn that, like, man, I don't have to yell. You know, I don't have to call people names. I don't have to be mean, right? If someone's not respecting my position, right, I don't have to stay in that conversation. And I think that side is more Jay-Z. And then I think that doing whatever the hell it is that you want to do, I think that's more Dame.
And you know what? It reminds me of that conversation we had with Monique that day. And I told you, I'm like, sometimes putting your dick on the table just don't always
work. It just don't work.
And
it rarely works.
It rarely works. And I think we brung up Dame then. Yeah. And well, you know what? That's the only kickback I have. It's because it doesn't always work. It's a lot of times it does work. And a lot of times it worked for Dame Dash.
But I think it works like youth wise. I think when people start maturing, I don't think it works as much, because people, the older you get, honestly, the less you really want to get in altercations, because
facts.
Everything's different. Physically, you're different. Responsibilities are different. I mean,
well, the problem comes in is, yo, it's cool when we laughing at you picking on somebody, but when you start picking on me, then now I have a problem with it. So I say that to say, it was cool when, and Jay-Z would big it up of Dame Dash going into the offices like, no, we want this amount of money. We deserve this. We bringing y'all this amount of money. But when Jay-Z goes on vacation and Dame Dash says, all right, now Cameron's the president of this shit. And Jay-Z's like, what are you doing? Like, us 3 started this, and now you anointing, like, and then that causes a split, right? When you hear Kanye saying, no, Dame Dash went to the record labels and screamed on people to get me a deal. And finally he signed me. He said, I had to respect it. I loved it. But then if you ever go read those articles, Kanye said, yo, I left Rocker. I chose Jay-Z over Dame because I didn't need Dame. I could do exactly what Dame do. And if you fast forward to how Kanye acts now, it's very,
it's very, you know what I'm saying? Dame-like.
So I just think it's interesting. So, you know, my weird part is, we went out to eat this past Sunday, and Ben said I shouted Ryan out too much last time on the pod. So, you know, I'm trying to limit that. But Ryan food kept coming to the table wrong, right? And Ryan was just like, finally, he was like, I'm good. Don't worry about it. Yeah. They keep messing it up. I'm good. And so I looked, I said, yo, you want Karina to say something? She good for it. And sometimes you need your girl to be there to say, yo, his food is wrong. And he's going to eat it because it's not that big of a deal. And, you know, whatever. And Karina complained and Ryan still didn't eat it, but that's not the point. But the point is like, sometimes you do need a Dame, but sometimes if you're Dame, you do got to go whatever. What was your Julius Caesar quote last week? Like, somebody got to be behind you, let you know, like, you got to relax.
Yeah, you got to relax. And here's the thing though, right? But here's the thing, like, it doesn't work, right? Like, I think the highest ascension of a Dame-like character would probably be Donald Trump. Right, which literally required the whole country just spazzing the fuck out over a black president, but that didn't even work.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, so by and large, it just doesn't work. Like the ideal of the Dame working, it doesn't work, right? Yeah. Like I think that's the biggest example of a dude. Even if you were to say, okay, you know, let's talk about like most nefarious men that have the attitudes in the world, right? It didn't work for Saddam. You could say Putin, but if you actually study like Vladimir Putin, he was pretty much like a clerk. He was like an intelligence officer, paper pusher, right? So he was quiet until he got there. And guess who in Rockefeller, guess who looked like they were the most quiet person despite making all the records? Hove, right? And then Hove got there. Now that Hove is there, he can do more. And I think it goes back to the conversation that men always need to have with themselves. do I know what a win look like, right? Fact. Not what feels good. Mm-hmm. How do I win, right? And sometimes when you're trying to win, it's not going to feel good while you're trying to win, right? But absolutely. What do you want? Do you want that win or not? I think when we look at Dame and I think we look at Jay-Z, I think there's a clear winner.
Fact. Oh, clear.
I think there's a clear winner.
Absolutely.
So it's like, and this is not me saying Jay does everything right. This is not me saying I'm 100% in agreement with, some of the things that we've heard that happened in Rockefeller surrounding Jay-Z. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, what does the win look like?
Absolutely.
Who has that win?
Yeah, you right about that. Speaking about winners, Steve Stoute did take an opportunity to talk about Skip Bayless in another interviewee and another opportunity where Shannon said 0. I'm gonna do some digging, but if I start digging enough, I think it might look like this is planned by Skip and Shannon for Shannon to get kicked off that show. I don't know.
You think Skip cared about him that much that he was like, yo, man, they not going to pay you what you worth. You can go make more on your own?
I think so.
Rumor has it that Skip got his money up when he came there, though. Like, Skip took less money to get Shannon.
Yeah, but I mean, even that, we know ESPN don't pay nobody.
That is
you know what I'm saying? I think Skip get like $6 million, and he's been getting it for the last, so many years. And we just got finished bragging about, Stephen A. Smith getting 8. And it's like, this guy been he got an NBA contract. The other guy got an NBA contract way before Stephen A.
ESPN is not, the mothership is not paying you, as Dan Patrick used to call it. What that Dan Patrick? Keep open.
And then we look at it, Stephen A. didn't quiet down about talking about Skip too. I don't know if some paperwork got sent, but I definitely know back channels when I see it.
Yeah.
And I think it's
a little back
interesting.
channel.
Yeah.
A little back channel.
And if I'm Skip, it is time for y'all to chill out. And also, Skip, you need to call into the LA County Jail and talk to Richard Sherman via phone. That shit will go off. Y'all will get y'all views. I've been looking at y'all numbers. Them numbers is piss poor.
Numbers down like that?
Yeah, bro.
I don't know who you can bring on, man. Like, Shannon was the perfect co-host for him.
He was the perfect, but it took Shannon time to get there.
It did. It was rough in the beginning.
It was rough for like 3 years, and I think like a lot of people missed that how rough that show was, because they came in once he started wearing like different hats. He was bringing Henny on the stage. He
became Ump, because when he was just professional and corporate,
nobody was watching.
But when he became Ump,
it was like, okay, it is there.
Yeah.
They want to charge y'all child support while the chicks is pregnant.
I still got to read up on that. Kentucky, y'all wild for this.
Midwest.
Midwest. Well, I guess Kentucky still sort of claim the South. But this is definitely Midwest behavior.
Y'all ain't the South. Y'all Midwest.
So, all right. Look, I'm going to tell you. I don't really mind it. I don't mind. I tell you all the time, I don't mind child support, even though I'm fighting online right now because people are talking about child support. Because y'all weaponize it. But the reason why I don't care about child support, because I do believe that you should like financially be there for your child. But how do we determine who the dad was the child?
So this is what...
Is it prenatal DNA tested? Is it...
So what they were saying is, and I don't mind it. I actually don't mind this, because I think it's going to stop a lot of you boys from just squirting in anything.
It'll stop the good men. The piss poor men ain't going to care, because that's what they do.
Yeah, and then here's the other thing. Apparently what they're going to do is retroactive. So once the baby's here, DNA is determined, then cool. We'll charge you for all that child support. Now, so that's 9 months of that. Let me tell you why I don't think this is going to work the way we think it works. You get child support, you can't be on all this government assistance. So I think a lot of women is not going to try to go for that.
But see, I don't know, because some states with... in order to get government assistance, you got to put the father on child support.
Look, so then y'all better stop squirting in them states.
You definitely got to stop squirting. Fellas, wrap it up, man. Wrap it up.
Or marry him. But y'all don't like when we say that. What the fellas don't really mind. It's really the beneficiaries of kids out of wedlock who has an issue with us saying men get married. I'm gonna just leave it at that. Sorry.
Yeah, I have been accused of being a misogynist for like a week now.
By me. I haven't called Mike misogynistic since that last pod. But I say what Mike should be saying, but I'm gonna say it because I believe it. That's the other thing. You know what? And I'm gonna go to this before we get on the last pod. I had some guys, shout out to the fellas. Y'all know who y'all are. Y'all like to argue with me about this podcast. And they said that we don't debate enough. And so I laughed And I said, well, we argue all the time during the week. Like, y'all just don't see that.
Y'all
and I
not
said,
privy to that.
And I said, sometimes we bring it here. And I said, well, the biggest thing that causes me and Mike not to argue is we both agree that black men should get married before they have kids.
Absolutely.
And they should be in their kids' lives.
Yeah.
I said, so when you start with that foundation, you're not going to really have too much stuff to argue. I said, hence the reason why we might argue about Outkast, or we might argue about sports and LeBron and Jordan. I said we might go there argument, because when we get back to it, and that's the other problem that I have with you podcasters. I don't believe y'all believe half the shit y'all say.
I don't think so. I think a lot of it definitely be clickbait. And here's the thing. The ones that are not clickbait, I believe that they're taking advantage of people that they know are foolish, right? Like, they know it's going to go viral.
Facts.
So, like, our girls that we love to death, we listen to their pod, right? They brought on that hypergamy coach.
The big girl.
Yeah, and we like, bruh, like, y'all knew that shit was about to fly.
Yeah, and then...
Because I don't think either one of those ladies think the way she thinks.
Not at all. None of them do. And then here go the other joke. You click on her page, her followers is fake, the likes is fake.
Yeah.
So why I gotta think that you giving me anything that's justified? And like, the more Mike knows, because I put y'all stuff on accounts, I put y'all stuff on watch parties, I be looking at y'all numbers, y'all analytics, and it is piss poor. Y'all are lying on the internet, and we are finally in this space where attention matters more than money.
Yeah, absolutely. Or having people agree that they're right means more to them than being right. I'm not going to mention these two black men, but there's two black men that pander all the time, and they do the whole pro-black thing. Oh. And they are probably two of the worst guys I've ever seen. like, and I'm too old to like want to be physical with anybody. I got two bad ankles, bad knee. Not ever getting into a fight, but these dudes make me want to run up on them, bro. I ain't even gonna lie, they make me want to run up on them.
Come on, man.
But to your point, I think some of this fake. I think low key. I know we played the seven chicks, the chick with the 7 kids at the beginning. Mm-hmm. I low key think she was a plant.
Oh yeah,
like who
you ain't asking that bullshit.
Who has 7 kids with one dude and leave? Like, either you got multiple baby daddies, or like there's no way you got 7 kids with somebody that you just like, at 33, I'm gonna just up and walk out.
We have to stop acting like they are not putting actors in certain places. My favorite clip last week was them talking about Joe Budden saying the female wave is over, right? And I laugh because he literally said on the episode, they're going to clip this to do this. And you niggas did exactly what he said. But one of the key parts of his conversation saying the female wave is over, he talked about how when in the music business, everybody reacts. Mm-hmm. And I believe they do that in media as well, where it's like, oh, this is popping. We need to start copying this, right? One of my favorite lines is one of the things he didn't tell the truth on and didn't get to is like, yo, nobody want to hear y'all rapping about y'all box anymore and how men should pay y'all. Like, that's the one part about female hip hop that we just never got to because he didn't get there. But it was super funny to hear about him start talking about plants. He was like, yo, there are certain people who do music, you never hear from them again.
Absolutely. And I mean, the music, because so the whole thing with the music industry is tied directly into like the agents, industry. And if they have somebody that they want to make famous, right, only thing they got to do is position that person.
Or push a button.
Yeah, push a button. Like, just put that person in front of an audience, right? Like, if there's an artist that you want to be famous and you put them on 12 radio stations, right? Mm-hmm. They're about to be popular. People are going to be like, who is that? Who? And everything is tied together. So he's definitely right that, it's definitely plants. But who did it benefit for this era of, female rap, women rap, empowerment rap, whatever you want to call it?
That's what they call it.
Yeah, who did it benefit, right? Because we know who runs that industry. Blacks don't run that industry, right? Mm-hmm. So whoever else that runs that decided that they were going to push this narrative at this time in this community, because we don't see it in any other communities.
Facts. And none of y'all can rap. None of y'all are putting out music fast enough because you don't write your own raps. It costs too much for y'all to do a video. I watched that doggone Cardi B video, and she looks great in that video. That video smelled expensive.
How many albums do Cardi have?
She has 1. She has like 2 or 3 mixtapes before, but they're trash.
She really has 1 album?
6 years ago.
Good Lord.
Yeah, Pusha T didn't put out 2 albums since.
So
then.
is Bud right? Is the era of the women rapper done?
Oh, I think it's been cooked. I mean, I believed it was cooked, but like I said this years ago on this podcast. You can't rap about your coochie and rap about how men are under you and how they giving you a bag.
Yeah, and prostitution ain't that sexy.
Yeah, it's not. And here's the thing: you can rap it. But then when we find out the truth, then what happens? So what happens when your husband cheats on you on the internet 2 or 3 times and and at the end of your video it says directed by? Cool. I'm gonna let that rock. What happens when Meg talks about how she runs shit and then you get shot in the foot? All right. Let's talk about Sweetie, who's had 3 rapper boyfriends who hasn't put out an album yet. Like
she don't have an album?
No, man, but she got a Meg double. Like, come on. Like, we got to talk about the truth. I'm gonna leave Lotto alone because she can actually rap and she's putting out music. But let's look at how you go to the projects, and we're going to talk about Glorilla in a little bit. But you know that comes out, and she ain't put out music since. We know what's going on, but it's expensive. And then here's the other thing. On the opposite end of that, you got somebody who's there painting to look crazy, Nicki Minaj, and she's been complaining about this for the last decade, telling us exactly how this shit goes. I will tell you this, her and Kanye West, they have the worst delivery ever for music. They be early.
They do.
And it is what it is. Yeah. Last podcast, we got to clear some stuff up. Daryl and Trey, this is y'all opportunity, and Ashley, for y'all to say that we talking about Wilson again. Here y'all go.
Is that the one that called me a milk dud?
Trey did, yeah.
Okay. I got you, bro. I got you.
Shout out to Trey. That shit was funny.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think the reason why it was funny is because
it was a stray. That's why it was a fucking stray. Like, I didn't even say it. It was like that milk dud. I got you, bro. I got you. I don't do what y'all do on the internet because y'all can't handle it when I do it. But I got you though.
I laughed because Mike's brother put it in the group chat with crying emojis, and I laughed.
I didn't see it because I'm slammed right now. But yeah, I hear
look,
you, bro.
Man, like
I hear you, bro. When y'all come on these lives, do not complain because I'm gonna be on you.
Well, I got a whole nother theory on them.
I'm gonna be on you.
And I'm talking about Trey in particular. And me and him get into it every other day, but it's cool.
But we'll go ahead and hop into the Russ story.
Russ quote got expanded because they show certain clips. Russ is another person I don't believe he believed what he's saying.
I don't know, man. I
don't think he believed his shit.
I don't know because it seemed like it's becoming more and more ridiculous.
Yo,
it seemed like it's.
He said Jesus had a stepdad.
That.
I should have. Let me play my music.
Hold on. Russ says that he was nervous, but ultimately realized that God hadn't given him the spirit of fear. This is in quotes. Even Jesus himself, like Joseph, he was a stepdad. Well, end quote. Wilson continued, quote, I was like, okay, he wasn't biologically here. So, okay, God, you're going to give me this opportunity to love the way that you were loved. And the love that you wanted us to love. Okay, this dude said, you're going to give me the opportunity to love the way that you were loved and the love that you wanted us to love. All right. Russ.
Hold on. I want to welcome everybody early to the church announcements. We was going to do this 3 segments later, but we are here now. Russ, you are an ill nigga, bro. Hold on. Dwight, I'm still waiting from your pastor to get confirmation if you was at church Sunday. All right, go ahead.
That man said, okay, so who is he in this scenario? Is he Joseph?
Yes.
Who is little Future?
The baby in the manger. You're not gonna get me to say
it. and this is the problem that I have with Russ.
Who is Big Future? If
good Lord, this is not thought through at all. And this is the problem that I have with y'all fake Christians. And I'm gonna go ahead and call it out. I'm gonna go ahead and call it out.
Gavin's getting what he wanted. Go ahead.
All right. I'm gonna read something from it. I'm gonna read you from the good book of Matthew. Now the birth of Jesus Christ was in this way. When his mother Mary was espoused to Joseph, right? When she was given to Joseph to be married, before they came together, she found that she was with the child of the Holy Ghost, right? So before she's married, she finds out that she's with the child. And Joseph, her husband, being a just man and not willing to make a public example, was minded to put her away privately. All right. When Joseph found out that Mary was pregnant, He did not say, lo and behold, I will become the stepdad of all stepdads.
Facts.
That's not what happened. The first thing that he thought to do was to get rid of this goddamn woman that he can't trust. That was his first thought. It was so much of a thought
that God had to step in.
that an angel of the Lord appeared to him in a dream and said, Joseph, thy son of David, fear not. Take Mary as your wife, bruh. It's all good. For which is conceived in her is of the Holy Ghost. All right. An angel had to be dispatched because Joseph was like, yo, I'm about to go ahead and put her away. Bruh, y'all fake Christian, but y'all do not read the Bible.
Never.
And y'all say the wildest shit. Now, look, I don't typically go in on Russ because I think, look, if he's a good father, if he's a good stepfather, if he's a good husband, he doesn't seem to get in trouble. Slow clap on all that, right? Big ups to him for being a just man, right? Mm-hmm. But this deification of femininity to the point of infallibility that we're replacing the actual job of ourselves as men, showing our submission to our creator. We're replacing that with this blind award show of stepdadification. Like that's the most important thing that a man could ever do, right? Started with the first clip, right? What did the lady tell her? This man got to come in and take care of all your kids. Mm-hmm. No, he don't. Them kids got a daddy. She ain't got to take care of them kids. They daddy there. They daddy can take care of the kid. There's a real problem in society right now.
Oh, you think?
Yeah. But it's because 80% of clinical psychologists are women. There's not enough men to really discuss the emotional labor that men have to endure in becoming men in this society right here. More men probably need to become clinical psychologists so we can talk about the emotional labor of men, right?
Facts. Okay.
Like at the end of the day, Future is not the ideal dad or husband, right?
Absolutely.
He's an ideal rapper.
Facts. And I can't wait for that next album. If Russ said this, I can't wait for the next.
He's an ideal rapper, right? But you know, do men deify Future and be like, God, I want to be Future? No, we don't.
You know, I'm sorry, bro. I don't believe Russ believes half this shit he say.
That was wild, man. It's so wild that I gotta believe that he believes it.
It's so wild that when you told me what he said, I told you I think this is fake. I think this is a mixed quote. I said, because I told you, it's no way he just called Future, he compared Future to God. Because that's what immediately.
Or himself to Joseph,
or little Future is Jesus.
Yeah,
because in my mind,
I gotta pick this up. Like, dude, let's be clear. I said it early. Ain't nobody there for the kid. Unless your child is the number one defensive tackle in the state. Bro. Ain't nobody dating you for your child.
Bro.
People are there because they want to be with the woman.
Facts.
Period, point blank. Those kids are not coming along and they're making life easier, right? They're making life harder.
Bruh, that junk was wild. Let's go to the next line in the church segment. We'll get back to Boyce Watkins because I do got a question about Boyce that I want you to answer. Hold on, sorry. Thought my camera's about to look, man. Y'all be having me thinking that stuff about to check out, and we're gonna get to Tyreek in a little bit. You'll know why.
I love good gospel music. I love good gospel music. And there's this new gospel artist. Some of you might know her, some of you don't. But her name is Gloria Hallelujah Woods. Yes, she's from Memphis. Her name is Gloria Hallelujah Woods. Some of you might know her as Glorilla. Yes, Glorilla. Yes, Glorilla has a song called Tomorrow. And she makes this statement that blesses me. She says, every day the sun don't shine, but that's why I love tomorrow. And I'm talking to some people that life ain't been the kindest to you, but you understand that what Big Mama said all the time was right, that weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. That every day is not.
First of all, I do love that song, Weeping. Where I go? This how you know I gotta go back to church. I gotta stop talking about Dwight and go back myself. I go to a mixed church now, so we don't never hear Weeping May.
No, it's all Hillsong.
Yeah, they still making 9 figures a year. Gotta be. I don't even got nothing to say. You remember when we was younger, you were probably a little bit older, when all the youth pastors tried to get in their little bag of like knowing some hip hop artists. I think he took it a little too far.
Yeah. He definitely took it a little bit. And
Glorilla.
Hey, and his message sucks. That's like the worst part about preachers. Like, I grew up in the church, so I was exposed like way too many preachers. And the vast majority suck.
Trash.
They're trash, bro.
If you had to put a percentage on it.
What percentage of pastors are trash?
Yeah.
90%. 90%. Trash.
And that's why some of y'all is plants now, because they realize some of y'all are educated. You can hold conversation and y'all host, so you know how to flirt during conversation.
That's why I love but
y'all don't read the Bible. So
they don't read the Bible, and that's what kills them. Like that's what I love about a really good pastor. I can go to a church with a really good pastor because I can listen to the message. But most of these pastors it's cadence and rehearsal and show, and then they don't say anything. Like I listen to like what you're saying, and the look on my face sometimes in some of these churches. I know they look at me and they be like, yo,
y'all reading off the iPad. This dude, somebody else wrote it.
This dude does not like me. And that type of message right there, I don't like it. And y'all can tell me in the comments if y'all feel like I'm a good pastor or not.
Please do. My thing is, I wonder how many pastors using ChatGPT. I'm gonna leave that at that.
I hope not.
Oh, it's coming.
I hope
if
not.
You think AI ain't finna start writing some sermons, boy, it's about to be lit. Think about it. You could get anybody, any public speaker now could just become a pastor, collect some money, do their thing. Mike's favorite line that he told me, I don't know if you said it on air. I'm going to repeat it. It's not bad. You said, if I didn't believe in God, I'd start a church tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. All day. If I didn't believe in God, it'd be a wrap. Start a church tomorrow.
Get the podcast.
Yeah. We get paid.
Last thing on the church announcements. This comes from Lisa. Shout out to Lisa. I never forget the time when I was 18 in church and got pregnant. Sorry, sis. When I finally told my pastor my punishment is that I had to sit on the back row for at least a year after my baby, which also made me a date to stand up in front of the church and the congregation to confess my sins of fornication and apologize to the church, at which point my pastor handed down my punishment in front of everybody. My punishment was nobody from the church was allowed to attend my baby shower. No comment. I would not be able to partake in any church ministry. Never mind. For at least a year after the baby was born. That's when it's rough. It was rough, but it didn't kill me. It made me stronger, and probably one of the key factors why I didn't have any more children, quote unquote, out of wedlock. Happy Sunday.
I disagree with the good old scarlet letter shit.
Me too.
One of the things that I do believe in is that care, grace, and mercy. Right. That's not how God deals with us. So I don't think that's how we should deal with people.
Facts.
We'd be really, really offended if he made us sit it out for a year. If he made people not talk to us for a year. I do not like that. Now, with that being said, Shaman might need to come back a little bit because y'all are off the chain on the internet.
Yeah, y'all are wild.
So Shaman might need to come back a little bit. I don't really like that per se.
You know what I didn't like?
Yeah.
The boys never got it bad as the girls. And when you grow up with sisters, it's rough.
Fact. But, also boys don't have to carry the child.
Exactly. Right? And that's the only reason why is that we don't carry your child.
And I'm not saying that's the reason to shame women, right? I'm saying that's the reason that, we should be more realistic with kids and why they should not have kids out of wedlock.
Yeah.
And we should preach and teach towards that. Abstinence thing, it doesn't really work. Right? It doesn't really work. You're a human being. You're gonna be a human being. You're growing up to be a more mature human being with more agency. We need to teach young people how to be responsible.
Facts. Nikki Haley just dropped out, man.
Yeah, I guess she want to get that VP spot. This whole election is free.
You think he'll make her VP?
I don't know who he's gonna make VP. He's gonna
get Mike Pence.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
I think the Dems should be it should be a landslide. But if y'all think for a minute that it is going to be a landslide, you're going to lose.
Yeah. Absolutely, you're going to lose. And I don't think they need to do debates or anything because I'm going to be honest, man, I'm not quite sure Joe Biden is in his full faculties.
Got to plug him up to the charger.
Dude, why do we have two 80-year-old men running for president? Why are we doing this?
Bro, you heard when Trump told that dude last night, was it last night at the rally? He told him he was twice as good as Martin Luther King. I don't even know who the dude was. Do it matter?
What is he twice? Yeah.
Think about, you thought you could get that off.
Yeah.
Like, he got it off. The DEI, explain this to me about this minority situation.
So it was an article. Let me see if I I'm not gonna find an article, but I'm gonna read. This is posted by Philip Lewis. All he does is repost news, right? So if you hate Philip Lewis, you are a hater, because all he does is repost news. Facts. He has no conjecture. He said that basically Wall Street is retreating from DEI, as programs once meant for minorities and women are now open to all. One ex-exec says she's had white women ask what opportunities their sons will have if Wall Street focuses on promoting underrepresented groups. And this is what I tell you guys all the time when it comes to supremacy, when it comes to the patriarchy. I tell y'all all the time that the patriarchy is not men. Patriarchy is wealthy white men. And it's not just wealthy white men. It is their mothers, their daughters, and their sisters. The patriarchy is 75% white women. And y'all run behind these feminists because feminism is a branch of supremacy.
Facts.
And it also is a branch of the patriarchy. And y'all run behind them. And when y'all support this is what y'all come out here and say stuff like, we don't need men. You know, I'm better than you. We're not going to do 50-50. I'm here. You're at the bottom. These exact same women that you following up is going behind your backs. First off, they're getting in on the DEI, same way they got in on affirmative action.
Yeah.
So they're going in behind your backs, and they're saying, hey, if you keep hiring minority women, because that's majority who get out, I would love to see the numbers on Wall Street of diversity hires.
Mike, I'm about to go.
That are black men.
I'm about to go.
I would love to see. I promise you, if it's 1%, I'd be stunned.
Mike, how long have I been complaining about minority grants?
Oh, you say you never get them.
I've been complaining. Mike has been around. I've been complaining about grants in this city. Not even this city. Because I got one in Charlotte. Shout out. The last one, no. Matter of fact, I applied for a grant. The funny part was the grant was promoted during UNCC's homecoming. I put on there that I was a alum.
Yeah, alumni.
The grant was only, it might have been $250 or $500. It wasn't even a lot. So I'm like, oh, this is quick, easy. This is exactly what I'm about. I was actually going to get new podcast cords, which are expensive, by the way. I'm letting y'all know this now. You can get the $6 ones and you'll have so much feedback. That's why some of y'all podcasts is ass.
Hey, what they say, get rid of all the mics.
Please.
My man over here putting in quality work. Y'all so disrespectful.
Y'all are disrespectful. And you know, them people wrote me back and said, we need more information. I said, I told you what I'm doing, what I need the money for. Here's the exact product list, but y'all making me do more work for whatever. Cool. I told Mike and our group chat, that's who them is. At least over a year ago, I said, yo, when you apply for the grants, they ask you 3 times if you're gay. I'm just throw that out there. And it's a reason why I'm saying that. If you're giving me money based off of my idea, my business, my LLC, how much money I'm going to bring in, asking about my sexuality changes nothing.
Nothing.
So you don't need to ask me how I identify. You don't need to ask me, but I let that one slide. I let the identify slide because maybe you want to know if I am a man or a woman. Cool. So it could be even.
Fair.
I give you that. If you ask me one time what's my sexual orientation, I'm going to ask you why, because why does it matter? But maybe you say, hey, we do want to make sure we're impacting the LGBTQ plus community. Cool. Why you have to ask me those 2 questions 3 more times throughout an application don't matter because I've already answered it. So you don't have to ask me, do I identify as this? Do I like this? Am I into this person? It's literally, you go on these apps. It's like, yo, 3 times they asking you whatever. And I just thought that was super interesting. I've always said that. So when I'm looking at these diversity, and this is the only issue I don't have. I knew that I knew these diversity minority programs was going to get cut sooner or later, because if you look at them, the only people who cannot win them is straight white men. And if they are the most powerful people in this country, I have to wonder how long they was going to sit on the sidelines and say, all right, free money going to people.
Here's the thing with that. As much as I go back and forth with white men on the internet, because typically we're talking about supremacy, history, things like that. And I'll say this: there's people that I disagree with vehemently, and not once have those guys ever called me out my name. It's just like, just fundamental differences.
Yeah.
One of the things that I've noticed is that they're not in charge. Like I think we've been taught. They're like, they run shit. They don't. They mamas, they daughters, and they sisters run shit.
Well, yeah, I can see that, because to get up to the top, look.
They run it, bruh. And the article's on Bloomberg for anybody that want to read it. But again, right?
I believe it. Yeah.
The women are going to advocate on behalf of the men.
Yeah,
right?
they kids.
The women are saying like, hey, they didn't say our daughters.
Nah, because they know. They can get the diversity grant.
Yeah, they said, hey, what is this going to do for our sons? Right?
Facts.
I told you, the mothers are the runners of the patriarchy. And if you go and look at first wave feminism, when it came out during the abolition of slavery, in the UK and the United States, if you go look at those women that started. Those were members of the patriarchy, because they was married to very, very wealthy like traders and bankers and things of that nature, which allowed them to create the situation that they have. And if you actually study first wave and second wave objectively, right? Not as a fan, right? This is not me talking about who's the greatest quarterback, and I'm saying Joe Montana because I'm a 49er fan. If you objectively look at it, right? Objectively, it's Tom Brady, right? As a fan, it's Joe Montana. If you objectively study feminism, first and second wave, what you will realize is that it runs parallel to abolition, Jim Crow, and civil rights. Just go look at it.
Bruh, I'm on the lookout. Charlotte is giving out $1 million in grant money for arts, and I can't wait, because every year y'all release the names of the people who win.
We need to get to release the demographics, because
I can't wait, because they did it last time. So I
would love to see where black men are landing on these lists.
I'm willing to see. Y'all can even include sexual orientation. Shouldn't even matter, but I want y'all to include that too. Don't even just say black men. I don't care if you gave it to nothing. 100% of those black men was gay, or 100% of them are straight. The reason why is because I know that black men will come in last on that list.
Absolutely.
Then if we want to get into, the 3 black people y'all do give it to it. If you want to tell me they sexual orientation after that, cool, whatever. But I'm telling you, this is a black man's issue, because I cannot wait. Right now, I looked at Charlotte's last thing. They were proud to say, hey, we gave 30% to the LGBTQ plus community, which if I'm their community, I might be looking at it as like, all right, if it's minorities, why can't we get more? However, they made it clear that so if you, no matter your race, if you were part of that community, you could win. Then you start looking at it, they're saying, hey, women of color, Hispanic. They put Asian up there super high up on the list when they was naming out people. Then when they start naming, then they said black men and women. And then I know what games we playing, bro.
Well, I mean, I think we talked about this probably last year with Kamala, when they had the it was a DEI initiative, but they showed the recipients. And I think they were all.
That was like a couple months ago.
Yeah, they were. None of them was black.
Yeah, nobody.
None of them was black. Might have been one black person in that.
No, nobody was black. I think they got a light skinned Hispanic person.
Yeah, and it was just like, yo, like this is the minorities, and this, man,
we know the games, yo.
We're going, it's too much to go into, because I was about to go into like the African American and like how we are old, and now that's becoming convoluted because blacks are not able to come in on the backs of that, and it's disrespectful because you wouldn't even be able to be here without the Immigration Act of 1965, right? Which is enacted by African Americans. So it's just like we're in this place now where it is separation time, it is dividing time, it is retribe time.
Absolutely. Love is Blind is over. I can't wait for the reunion. I said it on Facebook. I got a text last night after it was over. Somebody said, "How did you know?" I said, I told y'all a long time ago, Clay didn't like that girl. And how do I know? He never called her pretty. Ooh. I'm going to leave it at that. Maybe he did a couple of times. I'm going to give him.
I'm going to go and catch the last 2 episodes.
I'm going to put it like this. Maybe he called her pretty a couple of times. He commented her body probably about 5 times as much. When a man is looking at you.
Like that?
Her body is like that. I ain't going to lie to you. That girl is stacked.
What's her name?
AD.
Yeah, I'm about to look up real quick.
Just go on Twitter, type in "Love Is Blind." You'll see her walking in that wedding dress, and you see them thighs. Her wedding dress was amazing. I do see the ladies having a quick little debate on do every event need to be sexualized, because her split in her wedding dress is up to her waist, which is amazing. She has the body for it, but it was like, damn girl, your snatch is out in front of my grandma. But here's it is. I knew he never liked her because of that. Also, he always, Clay would be the greatest used car salesman in Charlotte if given the opportunity. He talked too fast. He over talks. He is definitely a woe is me man. Like, I'm going through a lot. And
this wedding dress is sick.
You see that split? You see them thighs?
Yeah.
She got a body.
Yeah. Whoa.
She got a body.
All right, keep going. Keep doing the pod. I'm scrolling. Keep going.
My problem with what's about to happen is we're about to focus on Clay's trauma and his dealing with his dad's trauma. If you listen to this whole entire season, Clay has talked about how he witnessed his dad. Not only did his dad cheat on his mom, but his dad took him on cheating missions, which is nasty work, by the
way. Wait, what?
Come on, man. You know how you do dummy missions in college? You go to a girl crib, you thinking you might.
So you taking your kid to?
He said it. He said my dad took me when he went to go cheat. He took me there, which is nasty work.
Yeah, that is nasty. You can't do that. And I think this is a good example of why you don't bring your children around people that you're dating, right? Because they're going to live with that, or it's going to create an image of what that looks like.
Yeah, and so even after that, he talked about, my parents was married for 25 years, and I literally grew up watching my dad cheat on my mom, with my own eyes.
Yeah, that's insane. But fellas, do not traumatize your young kids like that, man.
The trauma that Clay is, you know what? I don't believe nothing in reality TV, so much so that I know they do psychological tests on all of these people to know what their triggers are, and they know exactly who gonna line up.
Well, I mean, it will make good TV, right?
Absolutely. That's why this made great TV.
But I'd say if you can, hit somebody's triggers.
Absolutely.
Right? If I was on the show, if they wanted to trigger me, the only thing they have to do is just, bring a woman in there that hates black men as fathers, and I'm gonna be triggered the whole damn time.
You might date her. You might change her mind. Nah. Look, and let me show y'all how nasty these psychological test is. The girl who just lost her father a few years ago is dating a guy who witnessed his dad cheat on him. They both dealing with daddy issues.
That is insane.
Think about how crazy that is.
That is insane.
I will talk about some of the other.
Where's she from? Her body is crazy.
I don't know, but he went to USC. He ran track for y'all.
Oh man, you ain't about to put that one on us. He from Jersey.
That is true. He is from Jersey.
Yeah, you got to put that on us.
Y'all went and found the cheater from Jersey.
Black men don't cheat.
Black men do not cheat. Definitely not with their kids in the car.
Definitely not.
That is wild. My favorite part of the show, this is when the vagina leaves. Shout out to the sports segment. LeBron got 40K. Congratulations. That is amazing. That's just amazing.
Hey man, 40,000 points is insane. And hey man, 1A, 1B. I'm always gonna respect LeBron. Oh man, I didn't see the Steve Stoute clip for Kobe. Oh, did you watch that one?
Nah, but when they went to the Rucker?
No, he was just saying at the end when he was like, Steve Stoute was asking. We'll talk about it over here. Right. Now y'all vested. Never mind. He basically says at the end of it, he was like, he asks Kobe like, hey, when you run across guys that has that fire because they were raised without their fathers, right? And he was like, how do you handle that on the court? And Kobe basically said, because he was raised with both his parents, he was like, well, when they run into me, Jordan, Magic, all that shit goes out the window. Because he was like, I was raised with balance. So interesting. Wish Kobe would have said it so we could actually have that on Kobe. But I'm gonna take Steve Stoute word for that because it's big up in
parent black men. Yeah. Yep. LeBron, you are the greatest sports lie I've ever heard in my life. This whole topic of you not sure if you want the Kobe Bryant treatment or the Tim Duncan, I'm just letting y'all know I'm retiring at the end of the year.
Yeah, he definitely LeBron's definitely caping. He definitely wants the Kobe Bryant treatment. Yeah. I'm scrolling through AD's page right now.
Oh, going back to AD. Clay talked about why he didn't marry her.
Why did he marry her?
He said, our finances didn't align and this process took 2 weeks and I cannot marry a woman and I don't know her finances. They skipped over that shit so much. I told my wife, I said, there you go right there. He didn't think she was pretty enough and she broke because she is a real estate agent and I call them real estate agents broke because I know some. Y'all make money, but y'all work hard. She seemed like the other. Damn, I can't even say the NBA player whose baby mom lived in Charlotte who a real estate agent.
This was smart for her then being in real estate to get popping and popular. This is very good business for her.
She pulled up in a Phantom.
I'm pretty sure she's not Phantom real estate selling.
Clearly not. He run a couple Airbnbs and he said she ain't got no money. But yeah, LeBron, we know what you about to do. And let me put it like this, LeBron. I am on the record. When LeBron retires, we need to, league-wide, we are retiring 23. 6 is retired too, right?
I don't
Ain't LeBron number 6?
He started 6. What is he wearing now? He's 23. We should definitely retire 23.
23, and I think league. What was his number in Miami? 6, right?
Yeah.
And Bill Russell number was 6, right?
I think Dr. J was number 6 too.
So, and I think they are retiring 6 because of Bill Russell.
You say retiring?
Yeah, the
6.
number.
I thought
so
you said
we might as well.
Retired.
So that means LeBron can walk off and say, "Yo, both of my numbers got retired." Cool. We need to do that. Russell,
number 6 is being retired across the NBA.
Yeah, so I think if you're currently wearing it now, you could wear it until you retire.
Yeah.
So we need to go ahead and retire just 23 and call it a day. Russell Wilson got cut. The Panthers ain't picking him up, which I'm surprised. Not really, but I kind of am. It's like, whatever.
Do you know my Heat retired number 23 in honor of Michael Jordan?
As y'all
How
should.
bad did he whoop our asses that we were like, yeah, we're going to retire it too?
Bruh, they know what's up.
We've had enough of this dude.
Michael's a bad boy, man. Y'all ain't got to tell me twice. How crazy. I am all for the Atlanta Falcons picking up Russell Wilson.
I would love that would make great must-see TV. I would start following Sierra, Russ, and Future.
Now, Sierra, you ain't got to worry about sending your kid across the country.
Yeah. If you care about the kids, you should move to where their father is. That actually makes sense. That would be good co-parenting. Like y'all swear y'all be doing. I'm such a great co-parent. Yeah. Take a job in the baby daddy city so he can see his kid.
I am asking.
And be a more active father.
I'm asking Atlanta Falcons, the NFL, LeBron James, whoever.
I wanted Justin Fields to go there, but I think you give me the buy-in.
Baller alert! Y'all should make this happen. Because if this happens, y'all are gold.
Yeah, Shade Room, y'all down there too, right?
Yeah, everybody.
TD Jakes made the call,
and our boy about to get out of jail, Big Meech. It's about to be lit in Atlanta. I'm gonna just put it like that.
Yeah, I'm not going to the A.
Never. You can't go to Miami. You seen that damn commercial?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to. You're right. There's about to be too much going on in Atlanta.
Atlanta down. We staying away from.
Hey, Russ, Atlanta. I like this. Bring the kid back to the father. It's co-parenting. Y'all can make TikToks together.
Bro, it's a good
Russ
Bible joke in there.
Russ, Future.
Can't even do it.
Little Future. Like they can all make videos together because he's back there with his father.
Come on, Joseph. That's as far as my joke gonna go. Y'all ain't finna get me in trouble with the man
I like
upstairs.
this idea.
Absolutely. Brady is now accepting that his wife was cheating on him. I don't know why you thought you was better than Beyonce, buddy.
Yeah, if Tom Brady and Beyonce get cheated on, anybody can get cheated on. Just don't crash out. And to Tom Brady's credit and to Beyonce's credit, they did not crash out.
Beyonce made some of the best music. She's won more Grammys since the cheating than before.
And Jay-Z look like he's like so in love with her. He's a much better husband now.
Yeah.
I think probably feeling like you're going to lose Beyonce probably makes you tighten that ship up a little bit.
This pre-baby or after baby? It's pre-baby, right?
I can't remember.
Nah, they would have canceled Jay if he would have cheated on Beyonce.
Yeah,
after Blue Ivy.
Yeah,
I hope so. We need.
I don't know. We got to look it up. We need a producer.
Yeah, please, somebody look that up for us. I just imagine that, when Jay-Z did that speech, and I'm looking at Blue, looking like, damn, my dad is nervous, and he's clearly nervous.
Yeah,
and I'm like, sometimes when you look at your kid, you do be like, all right, I got to do better, man. Like Ro got him. I had to pop his ass yesterday, man. I gave this man Gatorade, and like. I saw myself getting angry because he took his cup.
Yeah.
And he was just shaking it on our carpet, trying to get more and more. And I told him stop. And he looks at me and he's like, and I had to get his ass. But you know what? I missed twice in my swing, like to pop him.
Yeah.
And I got him a little bit on the third one. And I just stopped because I'm like, all right, I hit you 3 times, even though I missed twice, because of my low percentage. And then I was like, I never want to be angry by doing something anyway. And then he just sat there and he tried to cry. He couldn't. Because I'm like, bro, I ain't
you ain't got nothing to cry about. Chill out, bro.
Bro, I ain't even get you the first 2 times. Jake Paul and Mike Tyson are fighting. Who you think they're going to make win? What is better for ratings?
Jake Paul winning, sadly.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, like Jake Paul. But I think that what I think will happen is they'll box to the end. Nobody knock anybody out, and they'll probably call it a draw. Because to be fair, I think Jake Paul is a fan of boxing, and I don't think he'd want to disrespect Mike by beating him. But I think being a fan of boxing, right? Like, how cool is it to be like, yo, I was in the ring with Mike Tyson?
Absolutely.
So Jake Paul, while annoying, I see him doing the right thing here, which sounds weird to say.
But to be fair, Mike still be in the gym.
Hey, Mike might have some muscle memory. It is still a bold move by Jake Paul.
Yeah, I don't know what you doing.
Yeah, it still could be some muscle memory.
Wouldn't be me.
But maybe he think he's that good now that it's like, yo, old Mike. I mean, Mike is what, 60 something or coming up on 60?
He should be.
Yeah, so I think that like coming up on a 60-year-old Mike, you're a young, strapping, young lad. I think you could be like, yo, I can avoid this dude, enough to not get knocked out by Mike.
Absolutely. And Hollywood, can y'all hurry up and make the Mike Tyson film? I know Jamie Foxx. Hopefully, Jamie, please get better. Y'all was working on it. I would love to see it. And Bad Boys 4 is coming out. No comment.
Yeah.
No comment. All right. Here we go.
Because I had like my mom, my nephews, my sister. I had everybody living with me. You know what I'm saying? And my wife, she was gone at the moment. And it's like, people won't take care of your stuff the same way, you know what I'm saying, you would. And it's like, bro, like, that's the most hurtful feeling ever. Like, I try to, like, be that nice guy where I, like, take care of my family and help them out a little bit. But it's like, dang, bro, like, can you at least take care of the stuff that I work hard for, please?
Hold up. That is Tyreek Hill talking about his home being on fire. And he came home and nobody had answers.
Yeah, everybody got to go. Everybody got to go. Everybody got to go.
Yeah.
Like wherever home is, where you from, Texas? Yeah, everybody would have had to go back to Texas. Everybody got packed up, right? Like my house was on fire. Because here's the thing, right? I'm not saying Tyreek is the best husband, but his wife isn't home, right? And, she has to come back into that environment, right?
She got to come back. She gonna ask you questions.
Yeah, she gonna ask you questions, right? And like Tyreek already got enough stuff he got to answer for. His family burning down the house, like that's something that can fracture your marriage.
Facts.
So everybody would have had to go. And I know it's his mom. I know it's his sister. I know it's his nephew. Everybody would have had a place to stay. Mm-hmm. But to his point, right? Like, you can't burn down my $10 million house. Like, you can't do that.
With no answers, dog.
Yeah, with no answers. Like, everybody would have had to go home.
I'm going to holler at y'all later. Y'all, peace.
And I think that right there, I think we could tie that into the Steve Stoute Dame conversation of, like, sometimes you have to leave people behind. And I'm not saying that you should leave your mama behind. But what I am saying is that you can't let people interfere with what you have to do. Like, Tyreek has to play in the NFL, right? He gets hit the wrong way, he can lose his life.
Yeah.
Highly unlikely, but we actually saw it happen with Hamlin, right?
Yeah.
Like, he could get a debilitating injury, right? He could break a hip, right? Can't even walk. We see Uncle Shannon trying to get out the car, right? You can't be distracting a man that's having to put his body on the line for work. I'm sorry. Y'all got to go. Y'all got to go home. Everybody would have got a nice little townhouse in Dallas or wherever the hell they from in Texas and got put on a stipend, and y'all got to go.
Good day. Dr. Umar said black men are to blame for the BBLs. It's your boy.
Hey, man. Did we do like we done with Umar?
You are. I love Dr.
Yeah,
Umar.
2024.
Dr. Umar, you getting to that point, bro. I don't know if you believe what you're saying.
You know, that's a solid point. I think sometimes he is saying clickbait, but he's on other people's shows, so it's not even like he's getting the clicks, which is why I think he's paid to go on these people's shows.
He is. Joe said he paid him.
Yeah. Because I'm like, yo, like it's like he come on and he knows that, like, yo, if I get you clicks, then the next person's gonna pay me, which means it's just you might be right. He might not believe that, but yeah, black men been the reason for BBLs. Like, to be honest, we don't really like BBLs. Like, we like Bernice, right? We don't, like, you know what I'm saying? But
God,
It's not like we're out there saying like, yo, I want a Bernice, right? Because she got a BBL.
No, nobody says. I've never seen a dude say he prefer BBLs over real ass.
I've never seen it. I've never heard it. I've never seen it. So I mean, Umar saying that we're in blame. I mean, it's Pander-P0rn, man. Let's just start calling it what it is. It is Pander-P0rn.
That
it's
might
like
be the title.
Yeah. Just gonna pander. Yeah, that should be the title after the day.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like
that's what's going on.
That's all it is, man.
It's nasty work for me. I love Dr. Umar, by the way. I think he's funny. I think hilarious. I think that big girl rolling up on you at your show saying that you left her in the bed last night was amazing.
Do you think she knows him?
Not at all. Never mind. I ain't gonna say why. You can't talk about overweight people no more.
No, you can't.
Y'all better ease up off that birth control. Apparently, if you overweight, it don't work as efficiently. But that's like everything in this world.
Yeah,
I'm not even gonna do it to y'all. But I don't think Dr. Umar smashed that. However, I think this conversation is disgusting because you're talking about the music videos. Dr. Umar, I don't know if you've seen a music video in the last 10 years. There's no girls in them. These niggas is on the corner paying somebody $5,000 and it's 30 Glocks with switches on them pointed to the camera. So there's no more video girls at all, bro. So I don't know what you're talking about. That's one thing.
To be fair, I didn't know that either. Yeah. I would have still thought that there was women in video.
There's no video girls.
It's just a bunch of sassy ass dude, man.
Yeah, think about that.
Get fathers back in the home, man.
Absolutely. It was funny because Melissa Ford, I was listening to her this morning, and she was talking about she remembers when she gave a particular point, but she said she remembers when video budgets went from $500,000 to $50,000, and she said what the first people to get cut was video girls because they couldn't make no more money anymore.
Yeah,
and so. She said that's when she started doing
all the budget for a video. It's kind of insane.
It is for a music video, bro. Like, it is wild. And that so now
in the 90s, that is insane.
That is insane. So like Dr. Umar, that and BBLs is like, here's the thing, Dr. Umar, for you to believe it's the men's fault, that means you don't believe the women when they say they do all of this stuff for themselves. And for me,
my bad.
For me, I'm believing women in 2024. Pander-P0rn. They say they're doing it for themselves. I would like to accept their word that they are doing it not for the men or the men they dating or the men they want to attract, but they doing it because they like seeing their ass. Go ahead.
I got nothing. I'm gonna just leave it alone. I have nothing. Whatever women say, fuck it.
Fuck it. Y'all gotta live with it.
Yeah, but as men though, to the men, yo. Stand on yours, man. Because
please,
if you go out here and fall up and run behind somebody that's mercurial in every decision that they make, it's going to drive you nuts. So, as men, we got to stand on our own. But man, as I've always told any woman I dated, you can do whatever you want.
Facts.
You just can't do whatever you want with me.
Whoa. See what happens when you agree with somebody and they just switch it at the end. God dang.
Got him.
And clearly Dr. Umar hasn't been to a strip club soon because all them bitches with BBLs being in one corner, lonely.
I do not. Yeah, I don't like BBL. I mean, don't get it twisted. I like a backside.
Yeah,
I like a backside, but I want that backside to be natural.
Yeah,
I want it to be natural. So it's like, yo, if you wasn't blessed with that, you just weren't blessed with it,
and it's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. Like because I like tiny booties too.
Yeah, do I?
Bro. I mean, like it can't be tiny. It can't be tiny and flat.
Yeah.
But if it's tiny and it's a little onion, bro, I love those too. I love those. I love both.
I like tits.
I love both.
Y'all know what I'm here for.
Yeah. So it's like, man, I don't need that BBL, man. I don't need that. And then, man, no, just natural. No. Natural. So Dr. Umar, you're wrong.
But it's okay.
Yeah.
We're going to support you.
Cool. I'm not supporting you. Gavin is speaking for himself. Okay. That is not coming from the Black Dads Club.
Now, we don't have a budget for you, Dr. Umar, but if you want to come on here pro bono, you can write it off on your taxes.
Yeah, you can. Never mind. Never mind. Umar, stop with the Pander-P0rn.
We got to
stop trying to put everything on
black men
because both things can't be true. We can't have, they could do what they want and have 100% agency. And then, every time it's a mistake, it's like, oh, well, it's men's fault. What do they call it? Privatize the gains, socialize the losses. Mm-hmm. We're not doing that anymore. Everybody gets all their credit. on the Black Dads Club.
Shout out to them. What you doing? What you got still going on this weekend?
I don't know, man. I'm pop my head in somewhere. I saw Dr. Neil Tyson was in town, but I'm not paying $75 to go see you, bro. I need those $25 tickets. So that's actually what I do want to check out.
He's scared to listen to him talk.
Yeah, so he's talking about space and black holes. So I do think it's gonna be interesting, but I'm trying to find a $25 ticket. I can sit up top. I don't need to be down there.
Somebody that knows him, tell him the Black Dads Club. We here.
Yeah.
Oh damn! We'll talk about it next week. Vlad interviewed Smush Parker. Super interesting.
Has it already dropped?
Mm-hmm. Super interesting. I mean, it's very boring. When I say super interesting, because to hear about Kobe and to hear these repurposed stories, he talks about how Kobe told him, "You're not allowed to talk to me." I thought it was super interesting, and it's interesting. I'm gonna leave it at that. Y'all don't go check it out. Just listen to us next week when I tell y'all what happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, I ain't doing nothing this weekend. I got to work. Shout out to Taylor. I got to go take pictures down there. Shout out to, speaking of Taylor, Joy Taylor and Taylor Rooks. Is that her name?
Yeah, Hooks. Is it Rooks or I don't know.
Hooks.
We know what you're talking about.
I'm giving that podcast 8 months. I'm just leave it right there.
You gonna make it that long?
It probably won't, but I'm gonna give it 8 months. I'll do that for y'all.
Two of my favorite ladies, though.
Two of my favorite ladies. Ladies, I will be honest. I will give y'all the play-by-play how this about to go down, but I already put it in our group chat, so now I just want to see. But don't get on there complaining. 90% of the podcast space is male listeners, so good luck. With that, anyway, look, man, I'm trying to help them out, man. Shit, you can't get on there talking about inequality all the time and then. Did you see when that dude slapped that chick at the gym? Oh, I wanted to talk about that.
I did see that.
We can do it quick. You got to understand, it's 20 minutes off of this because I had to fix the cameras.
All right. You cannot smack women, all right, at the gym. All right?
Okay.
You can't do that.
Okay. He leading with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna lead with that. I'm gonna lead that because what I'm gonna say next, people gonna take it out of context.
Good, because I was gonna say it, but you go ahead.
Ladies, stop putting your hand on men, because that's the rumor behind the backstory. Rumor behind the backstory is that she hit him or something. Now, I do think enough time went past where he should have calmed himself down. Mm-hmm. And I also think that the men should have did a better job of just separating everybody. And if she did smack that man and y'all saw her smack that man, she should have been escorted from that gym immediately.
Well, so this is what I think, and I wish my camera was on because I can clip my part, but we're going to do it the right way. So what she said is, she said, "Don't touch me, don't touch my nigga." Well, she sounded like she said, "Don't touch my man."
Yeah.
I think him and her man got into it, and she probably tried to do the big girl shit where you come in, you try to defend your man, and you get in between them.
Yeah.
And I think she hit that man because he said, "Don't hit me." And then when he looked at him, it was like, "Don't you try it either." The Hispanic dude, when he just walked off. Now, I'm going to put it like this. I believe, ladies, I'm going to tell y'all the truth because y'all kept asking in the comments, why those men allow this to happen. I'm going to tell y'all what happened. And this is no proof. This is all, it ain't even alleged. I'm making up a scenario. I'm telling the truth. I believe all those men witnessed what happened and they knew what she had coming. And for them, it's like, yo, that's his girl.
Yeah.
He should be protecting her.
Absolutely.
And we're the bolder to help him to escort your girl out.
Yeah.
I'm never dying for no other dude's girl. I'm never dying over no woman outside of my mom, sister, grandmother, and wife.
Oh, no, absolutely.
So I think she got exactly what she asked for because when she kept coming towards him after she got slapped.
She kept coming and they kept. And so this is my thing. There was enough time in between whatever happened and enough men in between whatever happened that somebody should have just be like, hey, take it outside. Yeah. Now you can do what you want to do outside. Yeah. But in the vicinity of me, I thought it was enough time for somebody to say that. So the part that was like they was together, I was never clear on that. I only watched it like twice, and I was like, I don't have time for this shit.
I'll watch it.
Yeah, but to your point, if that's your girl, bro, you got to protect your woman. That's not my job.
Yeah, it's not.
That's your job.
He lucky. You know who I want to talk to? I want to talk to the black guy who put his cup down and started hugging the dude at the end to be like, all right, now you got to break out of this to get there.
Yeah.
To do anything else, you have to do that. I got to calm you down. And you know what? Him being the only other black dude there.
Yeah.
I wonder if they knew each other. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't because he was looking like, all right, bro, I'm going to let you get your shit off. Okay, now you went around, you slapped the shit out of her and nobody said nothing. And here, this is how I know this girl slapped him before. When the only person who screamed was another woman in the video who was off camera, like, oh my God.
Yeah.
That lets
everybody else saw something happen. Everybody else saw something happen.
And then somebody did go get the authorities of the building who did and came down at the very end. But by that time, she didn't got slapped. But
I mean, look,
I always trust bitches with space buns.
I always say it's never gonna look good on camera.
Never.
And that's something that men have to always be aware of. Because even if he's right, it's gonna look wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So him, I'm like, look, if the problem was with the dude,
mm-hmm. You gotta take it up with him.
You gotta take it up with him, right? Like,
but if your girl assaults me,
and that part is
that's the tough part.
Yeah, it's like, yo, everybody should have came in and be like, yo, man, get your girl, y'all gotta go.
Yeah,
y'all gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, we was in Miami years ago at, I think it was at Bed. I don't know if you was there.
Nope.
I think Dwight was there.
I know where you took me.
so we was there, and like we had invited some young ladies in our section,
mm-hmm.
right? And I think they knew some of the guys there. So I don't know if it was like local knew or if the guys was in town. I can't remember where the women were from.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, the women was invited to our section. The guys was not, right? But they was on the edge of the section. So I was just like, all right, I'm not gonna trip about that, right? Yeah. One of the guys, like just while he was moving, kept bumping into me, right?
Yeah.
So, I got this thing where I just extend my arm, push him out, right?
Yeah.
And then he kept moving into the section or whatever.
Yeah.
So I put my drink down. When I put my drink down, my boy saw me. He was like, hey, y'all got to go.
Yeah.
Because it was about to go down. Because but that's how you, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, as a friend, that's what you do, right?
You got to.
When you see like, you know what? All right, it's about to be go time.
Yeah.
So our night about to be cut short.
And they don't give you a refund on that.
Yeah, your boy got to do what my boy did. Was like, hey, ladies, y'all got to go.
Y'all got to go.
Y'all got to go.
And chicks, stop doing that. Inviting your homeboy who you gonna sleep with afterwards.
Yeah.
To the table and be like, you can stand right here. Let me get a drink for you.
Yeah. So it was just like. Anyway, long story short, somebody had to step in prior to something happening. Was my whole point.
Absolutely.
So everything that happened there was a lack on somebody being aware enough, and it sounded like the dude that she dating is the sus one, because
you saw him walk off.
Like, you don't just let another dude smack your chick.
Yeah, you lost your girl and your dignity that day,
bruh.
Because you saw when he walked off, because he after he slapped her.
Say, now I got to go back and watch it because it wasn't clear if they were together. That was his girl. Bro. Like, come on,
bro.
Man.
It had to be his girl, because as soon as he slapped her, the dude in the tan shirt starts walking off, and he directed his attention straight to him. It was like, don't you never do that again. And I was like,
I gotta go watch it. See, you got Gavin be having these great headphones and stuff. I ain't hear none of that.
I got a lot of time on my hands. I just was literally, I want to talk to the black guy who bear hugged him, because I've been in that situation where it's like, yo, you're the only brother here. I have to have your back.
Yeah.
I gotta have your back. So when they come over here and they only kick you out, I gotta be the one to say, no, actually he was assaulted first. He was defending himself. Whatever we gotta say to, so you don't get arrested, you don't get shot, you get to go home tonight to your family. I gotta be there. And as a black man, we've all been in those situations, man. Sorry, didn't mean to hold y'all too long. I don't know how this video gonna get edited out. Going back to Tyreek talking about people taking care of shit. Please have that same energy in my studio. That's all I got to say. And with that, we're going to holler at y'all next time.
Holler at your boy.